Good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Monday, the 18th of August, 2025, about 6:40 p.m. I didn't put out a weekend update. I'm playing hooky. I admitted it's my end of the summer. I'm enjoying myself. If you know anything about me, I'm a workaholic, and I just wanted to take it easy. No other reason. By the way, I hope you like this. Rick's Cafe, and that's not local. That's from actually Casablanca. Can you believe that? That is where we got that. A lot of fun there. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the markets. First off, you have some news for tomorrow. Today was one of those days of nothing. You're going to get the Johnson Red Book Index for the retail sales. That'll come out at 755. The housing starts and building permits. So they're looking for 1.3 million in July versus June's 1.32. And the analysts are expecting 139 in the permits versus the 1.4 permits that we had the month before. Ukraine. Putin and Trump had a long phone call after all the people at the White House. You got to understand this history making. To get all these heads of state, get them into a room, try to get things done, make a phone call, and out of it, apparently, without Trump there, Putin and Zelensky are going to meet to discuss terms, to see what they can come up with, if anything, to end the war. And a summit is called tomorrow in Europe to try to figure out how to prepare for all this and what they do. Now, no one can make Ukraine give up the land that they have and that Russia has captured. The simple fact is everybody can shut off the money, and then where does Ukraine go? The other fact is if Russia comes in on Ukraine, who's the next neighbor for it? So it's balanced all the way through here, and that's what's got to be done. Just the fact that President Trump got all these people together, made the phone call, has another conversation going, is a win in his column. Any way you want to go about it, he accomplished something nice. The stock market tonight just sort of drifting, not quite certain what to make out of all of it. Gold's flat, silver market's pretty flat. You're not getting action right here. The dollar did rally on the news today, and the gold market didn't do anything, as I said, and you're pretty flat in the 60s, mid-60s to low 60s, depending if you're looking at Brent or WTI on crude oil. So that's where you're basically at in the marketplace right now. So why don't we take a look and see what gold did? Gold has come back to challenge the 18-day average of closes. If you remember my gold report that I did 2 weeks ago, this was very much that it could do this, so I am not surprised by that. The market is still very much caught, though, in trading ranges. I view the real range having been from there to there. And all you did is you came up and challenged that high. You could go for that low area, but that's where I see it. The trend of gold temporarily is to the downside. The market is underneath the 18-day average of closes in red. The green number is the 100-day average. So it's been trading in between that for well over a week at this point. If the market breaks down from there, the 3330 level's the next support zone. To get anything going bullish, it'll take more than 1 day. I mean, you have the upper Bollinger Band, but you can't just turn the market into getting a pattern of higher lows, higher highs. The trick will be, can you even get over the 18-day average of closes? In terms of momentum, you're already in oversold territory with a reading under 30. I consider any reading in the slow stochastics under 30 as being oversold. So I don't think you're getting new deployment of short money in a big manner. I think you've got a lot of the B-League traders trading right now through the summer. And the reason is where you're going. It's so much stop and go. A lot of people finishing up their summers. I'm one of them. And just doing other things. So that's what I see going on there. When we take a look at the gold-silver ratio, it still favors silver. As long as prices, the ratio, is under the 18-day average, I view it as in favor of the silver market. When you look at silver, you can see it just sort of stuck at the 18-day average of closes, hasn't gone anywhere for a long time. You have a pattern of lower highs but higher lows. That's not a trend in my opinion. The copper has to rebuild, as I've said over and over. You need to get probably another month's worth of action in this. I doubt a lot of people are doing too much. The pattern lost the bearish embedded reading today. If it can stay that way, you could get a rally that carries the market up a little bit, maybe into the 470s. It's possible. You know, we don't know when Putin and Zelensky will talk, but let's assume they can make peace in some way. What does that do for the world market? Something you got to start thinking about. In the platinum, we've had a bear market rally, as I call it, into the 18-day average, and you've stalled out. Won't take much to close over that to get a bit friendly, but because you've stayed under the 18-day average, my bias is down. The dollar, by the way, my dollar report goes off today, August 18th at 11:59 a.m. on our website. We made sure it went through today for everybody, and it's had a real lot of viewership. The battleground, very clearly the 18-day average of closes. The market hasn't done very much. It's oversold. It doesn't act like a market that wants to drop much more at this point. The question is it going to break out to the upside or downside? That's going to be the big question that people are going to ask themselves. So to see the dollar index report, my cursors, they're up here. You move your cursor and you'll see my icon is what I should say. They're up here. Just give them a click or go to iraepstein.com. That is where the report is. It's on the top left, 11:59 p.m. Central Time, gone. 11:59 p.m. Central Time and 59 seconds. In theory, it'll be off the site, and then I'll be doing my next report. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. Catch up with you in the other videos tonight. Have a great evening.